Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that we had burst pipes in this office building yesterday, and it was me alone cleaning up water. You know what? Look, I wanted to do an episode, but, today in the news, the Metaverse takes another hit. On Wednesday, Facebook parent company Meta took a huge hit to its stock price as shares went down 20% following the company's pricey bet on the Metaverse. And anytime I get to see Jim Cramer look like an idiot, that's a good day.
I trusted them, not myself. For that, I regret.
Okay.
I've been in this business for 40 years, and I did a bad job. I'm not proud.
You're not alone.
Proud.
You're not alone, Jim.
The disappointing outlook comes as Meta is contending with slowing global economic growth, competition from TikTok, privacy changes from Apple, concerns about massive spending on the Metaverse, and the ever-present threat of regulation, according to Reuters. But that's not their only blow, and this one I think might be worse. Phil Spencer, Microsoft's CEO of gaming, joins with me and many others in calling it what it is. When asked his definition of the Metaverse, Spencer described it as a poorly built video game. Video game creators have an amazing ability to build compelling worlds that we want to go spend time in, he said at the Wall Street Journal Tech Live conference. For me, building a metaverse that looks like a meeting room, I just find that's not where I want to spend most of my time. And that's what I've been saying. And I'm not the only one to say it. At the conference, other bigwigs, we're talking CEOs of major companies, were saying the same thing. Unfortunately, though, because of the nature of business, I don't think he wanted to burn any bridges, so Spencer does go on to say, I tease a little bit in saying it's a bad video game. I just think we're early, he said. But it feels that over time, the Metaverse is going to end up a lot more like video games than some of the models that I see for the Metaverse today. And, good on him for being open to the possibility that eventually it could be something awesome, but it also comes off a little bit like when someone makes fun of you and then you get a little hurt, and so they're like, oh, it was just a joke. I feel like that's the way everyone in the business world is talking about the Metaverse right now. They're like, oh, that's trash, but maybe, and they don't want to hedge their bets, and it's very obvious. In other news, Halloween is right around the corner. So it's time for some scary games and stuff. So let's talk PT. No, not that PT, but the new Paranormal Tales, an amazing looking Blair Witch style body cam footage game that went viral this week on Twitter. The brilliance of it is that it just looks like real found footage, and we've seen a lot of this stuff lately, especially from the world of Unreal Engine 5. It looks like you clicked a link of a video your friend who's been missing for 5 months sent you out of the blue, and you're definitely haunted right now. Developed by two friends who were inspired by games like Alien Isolation, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, and PT, the game, which is built on Unreal Engine 5, will consist of different chapters, each presented as a piece of lost footage obtained by a group called the Paranormal Tales Committee. In each episode, players will step into the shoes of the person wearing the body cam and experience the action from their perspectives, adding feelings of realism and voyeurism to the horror. Obviously, this is just in the early days. They're just getting started, but it does remind me of that other footage. You remember the one that was on the subway platform with the lighting? My God. You know what? Horror is going to get too real, and there's going to be a moment where I'm like, nope. Me doing horror VR? Nope. So this should all be fun for everyone. Meanwhile, in the world of horror games that are actually coming quite soon, Callisto Protocol is coming, just not to Japan. Check this out. It's because due to a dispute with the Japanese rating agency, Computer Entertainment Rating Organization, the game will not be coming to Japan because CERO, the CERO, decided that there were certain unspecified elements in the Callisto Protocol that needed tweaking to pass approval for publication. And instead of making the necessary changes, the publisher decided to scrap its Japanese release entirely. And now I have the question, what was so messed up about this game that Japan wanted it censored so badly, but the devs were like, it is so important to the plot or whatever that we must keep it in. And so we'd rather forego an entire launch than change the game. Because as the game's director, Glenn Schofield, said, it's way gorier than Dead Space. And Dead Space had exploding babies. So I guess we'll all find out when the game releases in December. Speaking of finding out, let's find out what's in store for us with your Cren Minute.
Hello everybody, how's it going? It's me, Crendor, and welcome back to the Cren Minute, my once a week segment where I get to talk about whatever I want for a minute. This week, I'm talking about scary games because I'm not a big scary game person, right? We're getting close to Halloween. Everybody's like they're playing scary games and like horror games and stuff, but like I'm not a big scary game person, which, I think the scariest game I played was on this YouTube channel. What was it? God, what was it called? The one where me and Jesse and you have a camera and Outlast? Wait. Outlast, right? That was like the scariest game I played. And like that was fun, but it was fun because we were like, playing it together and it was like, well, like, but like in terms of like playing a game by myself, it's a scary game, not a fan. I like kind of goofy, fun Halloween style stuff, or like, I think I don't like realistic horror games either. I mean, I don't mind the like goofy kind of scary stuff, but I don't know. It's always weird this time of the year because everyone's playing horror games and scary games. I'm just like, I just don't care. Right? Is anybody else not a big horror game person? Let me know. That's the Cren Minute.
Thanks again, Crendor. So while I've still got you here, let me just say thank you to everyone who has been subscribing over the last few weeks. It's been really incredible. I'm so impressed just by how much of you really seem to care about the show and love it. And honestly, it means the world to me. For those of you who have not subscribed yet, I know you don't need to, but it would do myself and the team here a favor if you did, because companies and all that stuff, they love numbers. So if you're looking to help out, that's a way to do it. Anyway, that's it for the show. I'll see you all Monday for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.